Okay, well, as we'd mentioned, today the SEC is expected to hand in a report about how and why the agency missed Bernie Madoff's massive fraud. We're joined now by Erin Arvedlund, who back in 2001 questioned Madoff's business in an article for Barron's, and she also recently published a book about Madoff's rise and fall called Too Good to Be True. And it's great to see you, Erin. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Betty.
And you got a rousing endorsement from the Washington Post. They said that your book was the best of the three that has come out on Bernie Madoff. Now, in this report that is expected to be handed into the SEC, do you expect that we will find anything new there?
I think so. I think the SEC has a lot to answer for, and Mary Shapiro has done a great job so far. She needs a little bit of a lead time to look over this report, see what the Inspector General has found, and I don't think much of the details are going to come out until the next few days.
Right. In fact, they're handing the report, but it's up to the SEC to whether or not they're going to release it today or maybe wait a few weeks or, as you say, a few days on this. Right. What will show you, though, Erin? What are you going to be looking for to show you that there was actually a thorough investigation versus something that was just sort of skimming the top?
I'd like to see how the SEC reacted to the letters and the warnings they were getting specifically from Harry Markopolos, who was the whistleblower who testified in front of Congress. The guy spent almost a decade warning the agency about the red flags, and I believe he was the only one who said that Madoff was a Ponzi scheme. And you know, it was only in 2006 that the SEC really started to take a look at Madoff. Now, of course, he lied to them as he lied to everyone else.
Right.
But their job is to be trained to look for that kind of thing.
Right. And Markopolos, he wrote that 21-page document you're referring to, titled very blatantly, "The World's Largest Hedge Fund is a Fraud."
Right.
Now, in your reporting and your writing, what did you find? How did the SEC actually miss that or not seriously pay attention to that?
Look, I mean, Bernie Madoff and his brother in the 1970s developed a long-standing relationship with the SEC. They basically said, we are going to make your agenda, which was, you know, to break the monopoly of the New York Stock Exchange. We're going to embrace that agenda as our own. And as a result, really, the agency, you know, viewed him as a real pillar of Wall Street. He was revered at the agency. Right. And in the book, in Too Good to Be True, I talked to a former SEC lawyer who remembers how he was really spoken about in hushed tones. And, you know, with that kind of an attitude, it's very hard to go in and regulate someone who's really viewed as a friend of the agency.
Now, Erin, I just want to end on this because I know you caused quite a bit of stir among some of the sports guys in your book when you talk about the fact that Fred Wilpon's loss, he's the Mets owner, his loss with Madoff may mean that he's going to have to actually sell the baseball team. Now, over the weekend, the Mets PR, they came out with this denial, saying that your speculation is that the team is for sale is completely false and irresponsible. How do you respond to that? Do you still stand by that?
Look, the $700 million loss figure is not a new one. Larry King came out over the summer, and he's much closer to Fred Wilpon than I am, saying that the loss was close to $700 million. Major League Baseball has denied it. The Mets have denied it. All I can say is if you lose $700 million, that's a lot of money where I come from. It has to have an effect.
Okay. Erin, great to talk with you. Thanks so much for discussing Bernie Madoff. Erin Arvedlund, author of Too Good to Be True.